I'm going to show y'all how to make okra chips, dehydrated okra chips, that are really, really good and easy to eat. I just went out and picked my okra. It's still warm from being out in the sun, and it seems to do better if you let them get a little big. These would be a little big to cook with, but it doesn't work that way with the chips. The chips, it seems to work better. They kind of get a better crunch, and they don't shrivel up quite as much. But I'll go through and I'll split them down the middle, and this way they tend to dry a little faster, and are a little easier to eat rather than having it all whole. If you try to do them too small, I had some small ones in here. This one will shrivel up to be almost, I mean, about the size of my finger. It'll be really, really small and kind of tough. I went ahead and picked it anyway, but I probably won't dehydrate the smaller ones. But so the first step is to cut them all down the center. Okay, I've got them all cut, and in this bowl I'm going to add, it's roughly 1/8 of a cup of oil. That's just to help get your seasonings all stuck onto it. So I just kind of drizzle half of it. Make it use the bigger bowl. Kind of move them around, get them kind of coated. It'll be a little slimy too. That'll help get the spices to stick on. Okay, I have here, this is dehydrated jalapeno peppers, pickled jalapeno peppers. Add a little heat. I had canned them, but they were just too hot, just too hot. So I dehydrated them and made them into a seasoning. Just perfect. It is so good. Doesn't take much. That'll last us a year, and we eat a lot of jalapeno flavored things. Get back in there. Okay, and let's see. Here's some dehydrated tomatoes. I dehydrate a lot of stuff. This is actually the skins and the seeds from my processed tomatoes that I put to a strainer, and everything my strainer kicks out I dehydrate and use them as spices, and kind of adds a little strong tomatoey taste. Not real strong, but I mean each little piece is tastes a little tomatoey. Okay, and I want a little bit of garlic. And just kind of watch to make sure everything, gets some coating of something on it. Okay, and then some seasoning salt. Can't go wrong with that. Okay, so I have my little racks here, and what I'm going to do, just so that it gets coated, because I have had a little trouble with it not coating, is just kind of stick it in there. Okay, put it cut side down, just to make sure it has a little extra coating on it. And just stick them on the racks where they're not over touching, laying over one another. like that. Okay, here we go. It took me, maybe 20 minutes to get all these ready, and I've got 4 trays ready to go into the dehydrator. Okay, I've got it on my dehydrator. I'll put the top on, plug it in, and it's set on high, and it's about 2 o'clock now in the afternoon. By morning, it'll be ready. Okay, it's 6 a.m. in the morning, and I turned my dehydrator off. I did have it set at 1:45, and it went from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 6 in the morning, and they are nice and crispy. So good. They won't last. You see how they've shriveled up? Now, one bit of advice I could give is on the larger ones, when you're cutting them, if you can feel the little veins going through them, if it's hard to cut, then those are going to be too tough. Just throw those out. But if they're nice and soft, your knife just goes right through it, then they're perfect, no matter how big they are. So, anyway, here is all shrivels up to almost nothing. But these will be gone this afternoon, and they're very good, very addictive, and good luck.